Good morning. It's the 16th of February, Wednesday today, halfway there. Just had my breakfast. I had some leftover whole wheat noodles that I had made yesterday for the kids. So I had probably a cup of those, and I had a slice of ham. So 2 carbs down for the day, and I'm having my coffee, and I took my vitamins. I've got 1,500 steps in. I ended up with 1 mile, 1.45 miles yesterday. So up from the day before. So hopefully today I will exceed that. So then every day just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Now as I danced this morning, I did like I did this, I did, behind the back, I did like this to work my back arms. Gosh, I don't know, I did everything until my arms were like jelly, and then I quit. Someone had asked yesterday if these worked your upper arm. Well, of course they do, because it's no different than holding weights. If you hold weights in your hand, you're working all these muscles. This is just like weights, except you're strapping them on instead of holding them. So there's no difference. Whatever movement I do, it's going to just accentuate that. So, let's see. And every day I can see I can keep them on a little longer than the day before too, so that's good. Oh, yesterday I was watching some video because I ordered a jump rope. So I went to YouTube and I was looking for jump rope for dummies. Beginners, how to start, where to start. And I came across this guy who does these little exercise videos. I don't even know what his name is. Or he does little segments. I don't know how often he does them or whatever. But anyway, he was talking about how he gets numerous letters from women talking about saggy skin when they lose weight, and what to do about it, and target areas. And first of all, he said there's no such thing as target areaing, if you got flabby stomach, just to do sit-ups. He said that's not going to work. You've got to do an overall body workout to get it all toned. You can't just do sit-ups. He said he really was on weight training or calisthenics, and he actually liked calisthenics better than weight training. Like the old gym, like back in the old days when we had gym, we did leg lifts, we did sit-ups, we did where you're on your knees and you kick back, and all those are kind of like Pilates would be calisthenics, I think. Anyway, he said flabby skin is only caused by losing weight too fast. So you lose weight too fast, and then your skin doesn't have time to catch up with the weight loss. So it becomes just hanging. Well, if you lose weight very slow, your skin has time to go along with the weight loss, and it just kind of gradually tightens as you lose, 0.8, 1 pound. Well, hearing that, one of my biggest fears about gaining so much weight and then losing it is the saggy skin, and I'm worried about all this skin. Where's it going to go, And after hearing that, I was so pleased to hear that, because I'd never heard that before. I just assumed when you lost weight, you had the hanging skin. I'm sure you're going to have some, because, I'm older and my skin doesn't elasticize like it should anymore, but I think, but it really gave me an insight to losing weight slowly, and not like The Biggest Loser where they're losing 20 pounds a week, or 11 pounds a week. So from now on, I lose 0.8, 0.2, 1 pound, I'm going to be just pleased as punch, because that's the way it should be, and that means my body's going to accept this skin and all gel together, and in the end, I shouldn't look too bad. So I was glad to hear that, and I was just like, I've never heard that before. In all my dieting days and everything. I've never heard that. So that was good to hear, and it gave me a whole new outlook on my 0.8s and my 1 pound. And you know, sometimes I think we get wrapped up in the fast track of losing weight, and it's not the way to do it. Biggest Loser's a good show, and it's inspiring, but that's not the way you lose weight, and we all know that. Not many people are going to do that. Well, if you work out 8 hours a day and make it your job, you will. But I don't want fat, loose skin like they're going to have when they're done. And you notice as the show goes on, the men stop taking their shirts off and stuff because of that reason. If people saw all that hanging skin, they'd be going, ugh, I don't want to do that. So lose it slowly. What does it say? 2 pounds a week or under. So doing good. Okay, we had the pot stickers last night. They turned out great, but the wonton itself was one carb? 3 sugars and 1 carb. I had for 4 of them. I had 4. So I had 3 sugars and 1 carb, which isn't bad. And then the dipping sauce was so good. And they were pretty easy to make. I didn't make them, my husband did, but they were, he said, kind of time consuming because you got to wrap them all, you know, and egg wash them and whatever. But they were good. And that's all we had. I asked, I said, do you want potatoes? There's some left over, those potatoes we had the other night. He didn't go for them either. So I'm just seeing such wonderful changes in this house that you can't even imagine. You know, and it just kind of happened slowly. With me doing it, and he just said, I don't need it either, I guess. So I don't need it either. It's just great. And I ended up throwing that cake. I don't think I ever told you that. The next day I just thought, you know what, kids don't need it either. With Valentine's Day coming and stuff, I just ended up, is it the 11th today? Yeah. No, it's the 16th. Anyway, I just finally talked myself into, I started fearing, you know, a weak moment, and if I would have a weak moment. So I just finally just picked it up and I dumped it in the garbage. I thought, nobody needs it. Nobody needs it. And so I threw it. And then my neighbor brought over Valentine's cookies for all the kids. She makes those great sugar cookies, and they're probably like that big. Each one's like that big, and they're heart-shaped and all decorated in cream cheese frosting and whatever. So she brought a ton of those over. I was not tempted one bit. I just handed them all out to the kids to take home, because she individually wraps each one. I sent 1 home with each child, and then there was 3 left over, and I sent those home with my grandchildren. So they're out of the house and not tempted. I did have some ice cream left over, and I did get into that. But what I did was just took a tablespoon, and I just grabbed a tablespoon, and I walked away from it. Walked away from the freezer, and I went and sat in the living room and ate my 1 spoon of ice cream, which was still probably 7 grams of sugar, who knows. But then my grandson came last night and finished that off. My teenage grandson, who can afford to eat that right at this point in his life. So he finished it off, and I was thankful to him for doing that, and now that's gone, and so no more spoons of ice cream for me. But I've noticed that's what I do, not with sweets so much, but just food. I take just a little bit, and then I'm satisfied with it, and I don't need more. And my nibbling has gone almost down the tubes. I mean, I hardly nibble at all anymore. Oh, it's just strange. Anyway, I'll talk to you tomorrow. It's almost 10 minutes already, my gosh. My gosh. I got 3 children here, and they're all sleeping. So, they all have, like, one's got, like, the whooping cough cold. Another one's got, every time the sneeze down to the chin. And I thought, bed. They're all going to bed. You need rest. So, that's where they are. So, I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.